A lot of real estate investors have questions about the rules in Ohio regarding wholesaling. I'm here at the Ohio Department of Commerce's Division of Real Estate, and I'm very fortunate to have two of the state's top regulators with me to help educate investors on what's legal and what isn't legal. Division Counsel Kimberly Wells and Staff Attorney Sheila Vitale, thank you to both of you for joining me and taking time to be a resource to the members of National RIA. Marketing what I don't own. Can I market for sale something that I don't own in any way? Is there any exception under 473501 to market something that I don't own?
You have to. You can market your legal interest. So let's kind of bring this into terms that make a little more sense so that people understand. Essentially, no, you can't market something you don't own. But if you have a contract to purchase, you have to try to sell your contract, not the property. So I can't enter into a contract to purchase 123 Main Street here in any place, Ohio, and then turn around, and I only have the contract to purchase, and then turn around and advertise for sale, 123 Main Street, any place, Ohio. I don't own that. I have a contract interest. You can only market the legal interest that you own.
So that means if I only have a contract and I want to market that contract, I can't be showing pictures of the house, can I?
No.
Okay. Now, I've got another question for you that I kind of skipped over and I want to go back to, and that is, based on Ohio Revised Code Section 473501, is it permissible for a person to market and assign a contract which that person holds as a principal to buy real estate?
You can, under contract law, contracts are assignable.
Unless they say otherwise.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Unless they say otherwise. So if you enter into a purchase contract with the intention to close on that contract, you can't enter into the contract as a way to circumvent license law. So you need to be a bona fide purchaser of the contract. If you enter into that and the contract is assignable, then you can market your interest, which is the contract, to another party if in the future you decide you weren't going to close on that contract and you know someone that's would like to close on that property. But it comes back to the original contract. You can't just tie up property.
So if I'm going to put something under contract, I better have the clear intent of being able to close on it.
You better have the intention to close and close on it if it comes to it, or suffer the consequence of potentially breaching that contract.
So suffer the consequences means that if I put something under contract and then I choose not to buy it, I have to be prepared to either walk away from my earnest money, which had better be significant,
right,
or I better be prepared to get sued, or both.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay. What if I'm like, well, I'm just going to put down $100 and go ahead and sue me because the LLC doesn't own anything? What does the division think about that?
It is going to go back to the intention when you entered into the contract, because there are things that do come up that would prevent a closing.
Sure.
So, what we always go back to is, did you ever intend to close on that property, or was it intent to tie up? What does that contract say? Some of the language we see thrown into these contracts, I won't close on this until I find my end buyer. I have no intention of buying this property myself. I intend to sell it to someone else for much more.
I think language like that means it's not even a contract.
Exactly.
Right.
So then you don't have anything tomorrow, go market.
Right.
Right.
Okay. All right, so we're on the same page here. Okay, good. So, but I want to go back. I want to talk more about, so you can market and assign a contract that you have on a piece of property that you have every intention and ability to close on, that you've got under contract.
Yes.
So I guess the question then is, I can market the contract. Are there any acceptable or unacceptable, I should ask you this way, what are unacceptable ways of marketing that contract?
Identifying solely the property.
Right.
Acting as if you own the property in your marketing. For example, 35 acres of beautiful farmland for sale when you only have a contract. marketing a beautiful rental property, looking for investors. If you put out in the advertising that and it looks as if you own the property when you don't, then that is completely unacceptable.
So if a reasonable person reading my ad would think that I'm actually the owner of record, I'm doing something wrong.
Yes.
Yes.
But if my ad says for sale, contract on, 3-2 in Shaker Heights, Ohio, with 2,400 square feet, somebody who reads that ad is going to say, it's a contract.
It's a contract. You're
Yes.
selling your interest.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
That
All right.
contractual interest.
Because I haven't identified a piece of property. I'm not giving an address. I'm not
Right.
showing a picture. I'm describing I've got a contract on a 3-2, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,400 square feet in a certain location.
Right,
By
and I
city
would-
or by city, zip code, or whatever.
And I would expect that you would identify what you have a contract on, otherwise no one would ever read your ad.
Or no one would ever decide if they want to know more. Yeah,
Correct. Right, yes.
exactly.